Noah had the best story in the Bible because it had an ark.
Wah, wah.
Boo, Bible Dad.
Yeah.
Boo.
Lore Boys here. Welcome to the 31st episode. And I am here. My name is James Miller. I'm joined with
Peter O'Donoghue.
and
Hey, I'm Ethan Palmer.
the Fiery Blonde.
Is it 31?
Something like that.
33.
Oh, it's 33?
33. You've been saying you said 30 last episode. It was 32 last episode.
Fuck.
I went through each of our episodes. I scrubbed them
It's
all.
because some people are counting the nights and some people aren't counting the nights. But they're all episodes.
Non-nights. 32 non-nights.
Oh, what? Okay.
Because you didn't count the one night, which I did count, which was the Warframe one. This was
Oh.
unimportant and irrelevant.
Welcome to the 35th episode.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're old enough to drink now.
Yeah, the 30X episode.
Yeah. It's like Mega Man. It's
Yeah.
Lore Boys episode 20XX.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're recording a little earlier in the day today because I'm going to go get myself a couch later so we can have a nicer setup in the studio, also known as my apartment.
I don't need to sit on the floor anymore.
Yeah.
I'm hungover as fuck. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It is St. Patrick's Day.
Peter's
Peter was
like
the only one who
sitting-
drank.
Peter's pretty much sitting on the floor with my dog right now recording.
I'm waiting. Is it afternoon yet? Can I start drinking again?
No one's judging you here.
With the name O'Donoghue, you can drink whenever you want on St. Patrick's
Yeah.
Day. Like, that's got to be a rule.
Wearing a green Jameson bandana.
I sure am.
He's the only one wearing green, so we got to kiss him later. That's
Yeah.
how that works, right?
On the
Yeah.
mouth.
Yeah.
Say that like we don't after every episode.
Good show, boys. Good show. Kisses all around.
Yeah, kisses.
That was a particularly good one. A little bit of tongue this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the boys don't know what we're talking about today.
We do not.
I thought I'd do a little bit of a meandering intro, and we'll land on what we're talking about today. It's a game that I have played in its entirety, a game that I really like, and a game I think that everyone else will like too. You already probably know what the episode's about because of the title, but Ethan and Peter do not.
And the artwork.
Is that dramatic irony whenever the listeners
Yeah,
know
that
and you don't?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
You are-
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're being dramatically cucked right now.
Well, you downloaded the episode because you wanted to hear about this. You saw the artwork on Facebook and on WordPress, and the only two people who don't know at present are Ethan and I.
We're getting cucked by our listeners,
Fuck.
dude. Okay, wait. Can I just say, I have an idea. Before you even say anything, I have an idea of what it might be. But go ahead.
Okay.
I have a guess too.
If I had a pen, I'd write it down. But I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Go.
So imagine a sprawling city with amazing architecture, a city that is home to some of the most advanced medical knowledge anywhere in the world.
Okay, I was wrong.
I was
My
wrong.
guess is
I was
totally
wrong.
You might not be wrong. This is
I'm
surprising
super
to me.
wrong.
One day, a plague affected the city, which turned its citizens aggressive to strangers and later even to beasts. This
Still
city is Yharnam.
Oh, cool.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah, I do.
I know what it is.
Say it.
Bloodborne.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
I-
that's great.
Yeah.
I was gonna guess Spyro the Dragon.
Really?
I was gonna guess Horizon Zero Dawn.
That
And then it's just
would've been a good guess.
A city, because you were like, oh, I
Yeah.
played the shit out of it. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, a city? I was like, all right, because I don't know
Yeah.
the past of the game. With the most advanced medicine, I was like, I'm way the fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloodborne. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, this is our first Souls episode.
Our first
Yeah.
real one, yeah.
First real one,
Well,
yeah.
the first one without spiders and technical issues,
And
and it's
getting
not
deleted.
5.5 hours
Yeah,
long.
exactly.
Yeah. You start off in Yosefka's clinic
Yeah.
at the beginning of the game. This is, by the way, there's no real spoilers in this episode. It just gives context to the whole game.
Yeah.
A lot of it I didn't know, and I've played through most of New Game Plus.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, the
so-
story in Souls games, I think we established a couple episodes ago, is meaningless.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
It's not really spoilers. It's like,
Yeah.
here you go. You never would have got this.
Yeah,
no, exactly.
Just playing through the
Did
game.
you not read the descriptions on your blood echoes?
Yeah. So it's basically going to be just explaining a little bit. This episode, I'm going to be talking about some of the people, some of the layout, the events leading up to why Yharnam is in the state that it's in. A lot of stuff that just gives context to the game and will take away zero from the gameplay. We'll probably even add something to it because we have context of why these crazy villagers are attacking you.
Yeah,
Rad.
I mean, now that you know how
Yeah.
the threaded cane was made, you can
Yeah.
just like feel way cooler when you use it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
What is this blood moon orgy happening in this city?
Yeah. So you start off on Yosefka's operating table, and the reason for this is you're given the beginning of the game, you wake up off an operating table and you start fighting things. The reason for this is you were given a blood transfusion that actually blurred your perception between reality and this nightmare that you're now in.
They gave you demon's blood.
Yeah.
So do they give you? Are you like as a hunter in that game? Because I played like if you watch the stream, I played like 5.5 hours of it with Nick. Are you filled with alien blood?
You are given different blood, yes.
Okay.
Blood is very popular in Yarnum. Most drinks that are popular, even more so than alcohol drinks, are blood-infused drinks.
My kind of people.
This is. I'll get more into it.
Blood and whiskey, baby.
There's there's something called the Healing Church.
I'll have a Bloody Mary.
And yeah. No alcohol though. Yeah.
A virgin Bloody Mary.
Yeah,
Just blood.
Virgin
Exactly.
Bloody Mary. Oh, come on, Jamie. Come on.
Tomato juice with a celery stick in it.
Yeah.
Or
So the
virgin
Healing Church is the big organization within this city.
Okay.
It pretty much rules the city, like it controls everything. It's the medical center, and they're big on blood. They think blood can help you fix things, and
It's like real old world doctors.
You got a headache? We'll just put some alien blood in you.
Yeah,
You'll be
that's it.
fine.
You're
Yeah.
sick?
You will literally never turn into a werewolf. After
Yeah.
yeah.
You're sick? Let's have these water-based slug monsters suck the bad blood out of you. Like, Earth doctors like
People
200
still do
years
that,
ago.
right?
Yeah. It's largely debunked now, though, whereas in the past, it was real licensed doctors doing it.
Yeah.
Did you guys see like this like meme that's going around now where it's like being an old timey doctor must have been awesome. It's just like a guy sitting there with like a stethoscope listening to a guy on the table. It's just like y'all just drunk as fuck. It's just like, yeah, man, you got ghosts in your blood. You should do cocaine about it.
Yeah. That's it. Your baby's teething? Give it rum.
Yeah.
You're teething? Get some rum.
Yeah.
So your only clear goal when you start off is that you need to clear the beasts from Yarnum to end this nightmare.
Yeah.
Context
Okay.
of that, there's none. They just say go out and kill shit.
Well, you got to do it. I mean, come on.
Yep.
If
So
somebody gives you alien blood, you get destroy a nightmare. Like that's
that's it.
a give. That's social etiquette. That's 101. Like,
No, it's pretty obvious, right? There's so within Yarnum there are hunters, right? Hunters in the hunt. The hunters are groups of warriors. They're dedicated to keeping their region safe by hunting down beasts or anything other than beasts, if that's the issue. Hunters are agile fighters armed with a trick weapon and a gun. So rather than shields like other Souls games, they rely on their agility and their guns as counters.
What are you, a bitch? You need a shield?
yeah, come on.
I know the shield in Bloodborne's a joke weapon, basically, because it's just like chunk of a picket fence that you can tie to your arm.
Yeah, and if any fire enemies attack it, then it lights on fire. And you're
Really?
In trouble. Yeah,
Oh,
it's just a wooden plank, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
That's a liability.
That's a
Yeah.
cool detail.
Yeah. Also, I guess a side effect of your blood transfusion is that whenever you get attacked, your health bar goes down, but there's a red area from the health that you've lost, and anything you attack during that time, you take the health
Regain
on.
it.
I believe that game mechanic is called Rally.
Maybe, yeah.
I think so.
Sounds
yeah.
right.
It's really fucking.
If it's not called Rally, it's Lore Boys Canon called Rally now because
Yeah.
that makes sense in my brain.
There you go.
It's believed that the Hunters started out as a branch of the Healing Church, which is the largest organization that I told you about. The first Hunter was Gehrman, or German, or
I think it's Garamond.
Gehrman. He's in a wheelchair in the area you go to level yourself up.
Yeah. The
If we
Hunter's
have
dream.
time, I'll go into him more, but he was the one who first made the first trick weapons and started the hunt.
But he
Because
wasn't the one that brought you back to life. That saved you.
No, it's a different guy with the top hat.
Yosef.
No, Yosefka's a woman, I think.
So when you say bring you back to life, it's really unclear if that's the case.
Okay.
Because it says Hunter's Refuge is like an area within the dream or the nightmare whenever you die that you go to, and then you're sent back.
Okay.
It's like I tried to look this up to get like a lot of clear details. Couldn't really find it.
Yeah, okay.
That is just like a place within it's like the Dream's Refuge or whatever, where
Yeah.
you can go
The Hunter's
rest
Dream,
up and go
right?
back out. Hunter's Dream is
Yeah.
another name for it. Yeah. So the church, like I said before, focused on healing by infusions of blood. Blood healing can even repair wounds, cure or hinder diseases, and the whole culture is focused on. So Yarnum is plagued by a disease which is turning its inhabitants into beasts. This is called the Scourge of the Beasts.
Okay.
Yeah, so the reason why in the first level, if you've ever seen it, there's a lot of townspeople who try and attack you.
Yeah.
Because they don't know you. The first symptoms of the Scourge of the Beast are attacking people who you don't know. So
It's like general paranoia.
yeah, general paranoia and like, hey, he's not from here. Also,
you're not from here.
Yeah.
Get out of here. What are you doing? This is our town.
yeah. Also,
What are you, a beast or something? Come on.
people have also just in general before the Scourge of the Beast tend to not like outsiders because outsiders see people of Yharnam as insane people because they're all drinking blood and having weird rituals and stuff.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
Right?
And you are an outsider, and I guess you don't think it's weird that people are drinking blood because you're using the blood vials as readily as the next guy, right?
Yeah, they're your
Well, yeah, but
You-
like it's important to note at the beginning you're given a full blood transfusion,
Yeah.
so maybe you only become reliant on this after the blood
Yeah,
transfusion.
it's just
right?
funny that you really lean into it.
Yeah.
Some old guy's like, I saved your life. I gave you the blood of an alien. Now drink this, and you're just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, the first
Yeah,
hit's
what?
free, and then fucking
Yeah.
Yusefka gets you addicted to
He gets you
painkillers.
hooked. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, if you go back after a little bit of playing through the game, Yosefka will give you a special vial that heals you even more too.
Oh, really?
So that
yeah,
plays
yeah.
into
It gives you the
Yosefka.
stronger. Yeah, exactly. Oh,
Well,
this shit's not working for you anymore. Here, homie, try this.
Yeah.
It's like you play a suburban mom who doesn't have a job and plays tennis.
yeah. Oh, those
exactly.
Percocets aren't doing it for you?
Yeah.
Maybe you gotta try some H.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The first level involves you going outside and fucking the pool boy.
Yeah. It's all. I mean, it's not literal, but it's there metaphorically.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
read between the lines, the first
Yeah.
level is you fight. Who's the first boss again?
It's
Cleric Beast.
Cleric Beast is the first optional boss. The first actual boss is Father Gascoigne.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, because I fought the Cleric Beast on stream,
Mm-hmm.
and
You don't have to.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Father Gascoigne, actually, he's quite hard.
He's probably one of the bosses I had the most trouble with. Like a lot of Souls games, they're hard at the beginning, and then once you start to get your upgrades actually in the right places,
Yeah.
and stuff
And once
like
you get your rhythms down too.
yeah.
Once I started using the Kirk hammer, I was
Yeah.
pretty like
For
real
Father,
well.
Father Gascoigne, for anyone at home, is who hasn't played the games. He is a father and
And a pool boy.
no,
And
he's a father who is infected with lycanthropy or the Scourge of the Beast.
Yeah.
And just throughout the fight, he slowly becomes more and more into a giant werewolf. If you play his daughter's music box,
He goes crazy.
he actually stops fighting for a little bit. He kind of gets like lulled into it. You can do that up to 3 times.
Okay.
Where he becomes vulnerable after you play that.
okay.
So the easiest way to beat him is using his daughter's music box.
Yeah. Also, I had some backseat gaming in this fight from actually the guy who owned the PS4 that I was using. Dodge into him. I was dodging away and
Yeah.
kept getting my shit stomped in, and then in chat, he was like, "Yeah, I dodged into his attacks,"
Mhm.
and the second I started doing that, I beat him.
You fight him in a cemetery. There's also a really cheesy way to fight him where you can kind of like lure him and jimmy him in between 2 tombstones.
Get stuck.
You get stuck. You kind of like just range him and you can beat him down till I think the 3rd stage.
she's all bosses, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Souls games are Kite City, man.
Yeah,
You
they're-
just run around backwards.
Yeah. It's like the scorpion, the magma scorpion in the first game. You could get him to glitch through the wall, and he just falls to his death.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's in the Dark Souls game you're talking about.
Yeah, that's Dark Souls 1.
I had that happen in Dark Souls 3 one time where I hit an enemy hard enough with a knockdown attack. They like went up, hit the corner of the ceiling in the wall, just like vibrated, and then just disappeared through it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then just died 5 minutes later.
Nice.
Yeah, so the Scourge of the Beast, it starts off, the early stages, they have lengthened canine teeth, they grow more hair, their arms and their legs lengthen, their spine hunches over, their face begins to elongate. This is werewolf.
Yeah, they turn into like dog-like. Like they kind of look like opossums, no?
They can, depending on what stage they're in.
Yeah.
Certain clergy will be infected more by this for whatever reason from the healing of the church. I guess they messed around with more blood.
Yeah, they
so-
probably fucks with more blood, right?
Yeah, exactly. So like some of these church members are the bosses, and they become giant, hairy, ruthless beasts.
Yeah, like Amelia. I know.
Yeah, Amelia, Vicar. There's a few of them. Yeah.
What are the symptoms of a bad blood transfusion?
Well, I don't think this stems from bad blood.
I was just wondering if like
Transfusions.
hallucinations were one. Because wouldn't that be wild?
Oh well,
Father Gascoigne was a pool boy. His weapon was just a pool skimmer. And you killed this person.
Yeah.
because you're hallucinating.
Okay. So like the Hunter's Dream is actually the entire game. You're actually just like blasted on
Yeah.
Percocet.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
You're fighting.
Yeah.
it's
Fighting
mentioned like
normal
in the
people.
lore that your view of reality and the nightmare is completely blurred. You may not be killing what you think you're
Oh,
killing.
yeah?
I
That's so
wonder,
funny.
maybe the artwork will be one of those like half and half images where it's like glasses on, glasses off, where you're like actually killing a pool boy
Yeah,
with like, a stick.
Yeah. So along with the physical transformation, there's a mental degradation. The first victim assumes that all people they don't know are hostile and will attack on sight, like I said before.
That's why they attack you, is because
Yep.
they assume you're trying to kill them.
Yep. They become more and more savage and hostile until it can only stand to be exactly like others, like it's been around in its real life. And then its eyes start to change. It becomes more addicted to blood and reacts strangely to blood. And the ones that mess with more blood become crazier things. So like I was saying, clerics become giant monsters,
Yeah.
and
They get hooked on meth and
Gascoigne's both his eyes are covered, right? From what I recall, he's got like the
Yeah.
blindfold underneath his hat.
I remember the fight. I could not tell you the state of his eyes.
No?
No, I
I'm sorry, was the fight too action-packed? Did you get a
Yeah.
close look at his face?
no, it was too easy. It took Jamie like 2 seconds.
Oh man, no!
Just blasted through it.
I
no
quit
problem.
the game the first time at Father Gascoigne, and only when I came back 3 months later was I able to beat him.
Have you
and
beat the
then
game now?
Propelled all the way through the game. Yes, I have
Oh.
beaten the game. Yeah,
Hmm.
but Father Gascoigne was a big hurdle for me. The blood sickness seems to be only within Yarnum. So that means that hunters to take care of Yarnum usually come from outside Yarnum because the people who are already in Yarnum tend to be infected. Already.
Okay.
Now, are you going to cover where the blood came from?
Where the blood
Because
came
I
from?
know that
Okay.
from other lore videos. Do you have
Okay. So I'm not really going to cover on that. That
Okay.
comes from the Great Ones, I believe.
Correct.
But I will talk more about the Great Ones.
Sure,
But there's going to be a lot of details that I left.
Yeah, that's it.
So just a quick note, I guess, then on the blood, because I watched a bunch of lore videos about this. That's why
Sure.
I'm so fucking excited we're covering it now. The Great Ones are alien monsters from kind of another dimension, I think. And the people of the Healing Church found a Great One underneath Yarnum and then started using its blood because they were just like, it's probably magic.
Yeah, that's it.
And-
This is
and-
probably good for everyone.
Well, let's put this inside our bodies. Yeah, that was, and they're from an ancient civilization called the Thumerians.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I will be touching on the Thumerians and the Great Ones.
Yeah,
Is that
that's just little detail. That's
Yep.
why that's where the blood came from.
Is that where the Dovahkiin gets his power from the old one's blood? The Thumerians?
It's PT. So no,
What?
Thumerian is PTU. PTH.
Oh, Tumerian?
Thumerian.
Yeah.
It's Cthulhu
Oh.
bullshit.
Okay.
But I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I tried.
Yeah.
Shut down. I tried. I put it out there. I can shut down. It's cool. It's cool.
Listen to this episode with subtitles.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are dungeons within Bloodborne that they require chalices of the Great Ones, and you go deeper and deeper. It's like a dungeon crawler, usually with 3 levels, and then you fight a monster or a Great One every 3 levels
There's a
deep.
couple of unique bosses down there.
Definitely, yeah.
Like that
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
fire dog.
Definitely, yeah, there's a bunch.
It's like a boss rush.
I wasn't going to go into every single boss fight because that's like a lot, and without the pictures, it's kind of lackluster.
Yeah.
But
you
I
can
wanted
paint
to
a picture with your words, Jamie.
Yeah.
It's the
So
art
actually,
of speech.
instead of hosting, I'm actually going to let Ethan and Peter direct this. And I'm just going to talk about what they want to talk.
I'll be describing the creatures through the form of interpretive dance.
Yeah.
I'll be describing his dance.
Yeah,
so you
that's
can-
perfect.
yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Bloodborne, though.
Yeah, so the Great Ones, I wanted to talk about the Great Ones. Like Peter said, the Healing Church did find evidence of the Great Ones, both beneath Yarnum and within the forest of Byrgenwerth. There's a maze in Byrgenwerth or labyrinth.
Bjorgenwerth?
Byrgenwerth.
Is that where the Swedish chef is from?
Yeah, it's a suburb of Sweden.
Bjorgenworth?
He's got Stockholm, Bjorgenworth, full of alien monsters.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the Healing Church followed Chef Bjorg, I guess, for a long time. They were trying to find more about the Great Ones. And they were hidden from everyone. And they wanted to summon or harness the power of the Great Ones. Beings not of this world, powerful enough to be seen as gods. A lot of them look like Cthulhu monsters. They're just basically Lovecraftian.
Yeah.
Some of them look like spiders, some of them look like octopuses, like they look like a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
But they're basically,
They're all gross.
Yep. Some of them have transcended time and space themselves. Like
Yeah.
they could be anything.
So they're just like a circle with like 2 sides or something.
What?
That's my best guess on what a 4th dimensional object looks like.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I tried and I didn't catch that at all.
No, yeah.
Both Jamie are just like, oh, Ethan's gone crazy.
Yeah.
Drinking too much alien
Yeah,
blood.
too much alien blood, dude.
Ethan transcended space and time again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so men were seen going into this labyrinth of Byggenworth, or I said Bjergenworth, but it's Byggenworth. And an academy was built outside the labyrinth to try and understand what is called the truth.
Is that
The truth is like getting close to the truth is getting close to knowing what the Great Ones are all about.
Yeah.
But it's something like an Elder Scroll where you can look at it, but it'll blind you. You can never quite get at it, right?
It's just like an embarrassing secret that these Great Ones have.
Yeah.
You know, like, I hope nobody finds out about my foot fetish. Ooh.
Yeah.
Put a weird folder with all this weird foot porn.
Yeah.
Because they have tentacles, right? They don't have.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah,
have feet.
yeah.
I
that's
picture like a tentacle-faced monster, and each one of its like tentacles hanging from its mouth has a high heel on the end.
Yeah.
Well, there is that one boss. It's like Ebrietas or whatever, the daughter of the cosmos. She's
Okay.
the anemone thing with all the eyes on her.
Okay, yeah.
There's like her with a bunch of high heels hanging
Yeah.
off her tentacles.
Anybody who knows how to mod, please like just mod some high heels, like knee-high boots on all the
yeah.
the spider monster, just like eight knee-high boots. Like
PS4 mods.
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah, so men were sent to this labyrinth to get closer to the truth. The truth seems to be a terrible thing, and it slowly breaks the mind of anyone who delves to.
So they're really leaning into the Lovecraft now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
It
very
was a
much
statue
Lovecraft.
so horrific that when he saw it, he went mad.
Yeah.
Couldn't describe it to you though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Thanks, Lovecraft.
Well, how
Yeah.
could you? You'd
Well,
go
if
mad.
if you could describe it, then you wouldn't go mad.
Or you would go mad, and nobody would buy your next book.
Yep.
Or everybody would buy your next book.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I saw a great comparison where somebody was like, yeah, so H.P. Lovecraft has a lot of weird racism where they just like on screen it just says Africans are scary equals alien fish monsters.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
Yeah,
was
so-
very racist.
yeah, that's pretty awful. And awful things also happen in Bjergenworth.
Yay!
As a result, the church closed off not only the academy, but the entire forest and called it forbidden. This is like the 4th or 5th area you end up going to.
I have not been there yet.
Yeah. It's a lot of crazy people with fire and torches, people throwing jars of fire at you, weird
Jars
wolf
of fire.
monster.
It's like a fart in a jar.
Yeah.
Isn't it full of snake bundles?
There's snake bundles, there's like a lot of creepy crawlies. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a fun place.
It's a spooky place.
It's
Ooh.
it's the Halloween forest. They're just like, no, this Halloween ride has gone on too far.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to get off Mr. Bones' wild ride.
Yeah. It's a fun area though. I
Can't
definitely
sneak
enjoy
up.
it. There's a lot of traps and stuff too, made by the villagers. There's a swamp underneath that has poison that you can't walk through unless you have
Light
certain
Town?
armor.
The fuck is wrong with the people who make the Souls games? What is the obsession that Miyazaki has with poison swamp?
They're sadists, dude.
Yeah. There's also a class of beasts within this game. I think it's in near Bjergenworth that are actually, while they tame the blood, they're poisoned by the poison. They're turning into beasts, but then become immune to the poison and poison damage to you.
Oh yeah,
Poison.
We heard you like poison, so we put some poison on your poison monster and put him in
Yeah.
a poison swamp.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Poison for Bergenworth. Poison digested from alien blood in Bergenworth.
Yeah.
Bergenworth's poison.
Yeah. Whether or not the Great Ones are actually gods or just higher levels of being, they're not known. The important thing is that they exist, they have an influence on the world, and they appear to be ageless, but they can be killed.
The fact of the matter is, they're probably not gods because you could totally just kill one with it.
Yeah, you can kill them.
Seems unlikely that they
Yeah.
would be gods.
It depends on what universe, right? Like some gods can be killed depending on which fantasy universe you want to think
A
of.
scribe, too.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
suppose.
And in certain states, Hercules, who's given the poison
In certain
by
states.
pain and panic.
Yeah.
The little demons. This is not the Greek myth. This is the Disney movie.
Yes.
In certain states, right? Like, and also in Kentucky, you can kill gods.
What's that?
You said in certain states, you can kill
Oh,
gods.
Kentucky.
Right? Yeah.
Kentucky.
Yeah, that's it. Kentucky is all good. Yeah, right in the middle of the Bible Belt. It's all good to kill gods, baby.
I heard you say Kentucky, but for some reason in my head I was just like,
Yeah.
I heard you Kentucky. I was like, what?
teach me how to
Teach me how to Kentucky.
teach me how to Kentucky.
Teach me how to Kentucky. Teach me how to Kentucky.
What would that dance move be? Like eating chicken and praying? Like,
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't know. Yeah. So the strongest ones. Okay. So you can't even perceive these great ones unless you get close enough to the truth, or you gather enough insight, which is a currency in the game that makes you see more things.
Yes, so I know that apparently the amygdalas, which are like these big alien things that are like clinging to buildings,
There's only one.
you have to go sufficiently crazy to see it.
Yeah. There's
Amygdala.
there's one amygdala which is like considered a great one.
Yeah. Okay.
And
okay.
There's not a bunch of them as far as I know. Amygdala is also the fight or flight part in your brain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like a cool little play on like in a fighting game where you would fight or
It's
run away
the personification of that part of
Yeah.
your brain or
Exactly.
something. I don't know. Metaphors are easy.
What? Hey! Yo, we're making a game about going crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, I need a name for a monster, like a brain thing.
Yeah.
Amygdala.
He takes the first one. It's A. Just
Yeah,
like
exactly.
first page, like amygdala.
Just opens a book about the brain. Like, it's amygdala.
Yeah. I love the idea that it's like fight or flight. So this thing, it's like when it's hidden, it's like, yeah, fight. Then as soon as it like shows itself, it's like, ooh, run back.
I think the first time you see that is you're going down the stairs towards this big building, and there's just a giant tentacle thing on top of the building, like looking over you as you're going down the stairs into it. And if you like look right at it, you'll pretty much like freeze in place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Spoilers for anybody who's playing. If you're ever going down some stairs, you're gonna know that the jump scare is coming.
It's not really a jump scare.
That's the fact that you're just going downstairs.
Yeah, you're also fighting like 10 guys at once on that staircase, so like it'll still surprise you. I guarantee you. You can know it's coming.
So surprised.
Yeah, there's some other great ones that we know of. The Moon Presence, who is the creator of the Nightmare.
Moon presents. Did
yeah.
Moon Santa bring those?
Oh god.
It's like, because I've seen it. It's like this tentacle thing with all these ribs hanging out. It's just like a fake beard.
Yeah. Or it's like coming out of a sack, like woo.
Like down the chimney, just all this slime.
Yeah. Just goo.
Good joke. That was a great one.
Oh.
There's others like Odeon, Rom, the vacuous spider you fight. Rom the vacuous spider, actually, once you beat him, it clears the haze, which shows the pink moon above you.
He's like the ditzy girl in high school.
So why?
Because he's vacuous.
Oh, okay.
Which is such a weird... It's like, vacuous is airheaded or like...
Yeah, it's like somebody vacuumed up your brain.
Yeah.
Odd. There's Murgo's wet nurse, amygdala you mentioned.
Murgo's wet nurse?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
that's it. At the
This
top.
is the tit that all the great ones do suckle from.
Oh man, that's quite the fight actually. If you're interested in not playing the game and just want to see that fight, look it up. It's a good fight.
You see some titties.
Murgo is Mergot, by the way, to spell that.
Okay, yeah. For some reason, it didn't come up in my notes.
Oh, whatever.
The Celestial Emissary, the Brain of Mensis. There's a whole group of Mensis people, like a little cult, and Ebrietas. Odeon,
like
which
that
is
name.
one of them, the first one I mentioned.
Odeon?
Odeon, yeah. He's the one who transcended physical body. He's just a voice and an influence. He's timeless. He makes him the most powerful, but yet the most indirect of the great ones.
And he's a sphere with two sides.
Can
Of
you
course.
see him?
No, because he's transcended in space.
Okay,
and
but you
time,
never
yeah.
see he never like rematerializes in game?
If he did, I didn't realize because I didn't look up the lore before playing the game.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
nobody should really have to do it.
No,
No,
exactly.
you have to, but everyone should listen to a podcast that talks about it in a fun, jovial manner.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And that way you don't have to look it up.
Hey, Peter, how about for the artwork you do a sphere with two sides?
I'll do that. If I disappear for a week and come back 100 years older, then
Yeah.
you know that something went catastrophic.
Something went terribly wrong.
Yeah. Where was I? So he is also the only great one explicitly referred to as male. The others are either female or not referred to at all.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kos is another one, right?
Kos, it's perhaps, yeah.
KOS?
I'm not sure. If it is, I didn't catch it.
That is
You
right.
would remember the one that's obviously like has a green name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
she's made a yogurt.
there's also the Thumerian civilization.
Yes.
So this is the people who really like the Great Ones, and they're the closest to the truth, as they say. Thumerians,
That's
you
the
might.
true.
What do you think a Thumerian would look like?
I mean, I already know. I've
Tentacle
seen
monster, no?
No, they kind of look more like lifeless corpses brought back to life. They're kind of like, some of them are spectral looking, some of them kind of look like zombie-like.
Okay.
They just look like people that are dead in some way or another.
Expired people.
Yeah.
they're like really pale.
They're they're people past their sell-by date.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're ruled by Queen Yarnum. It was
just like that town we're talking about.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
So Thumeria was the ancient civilization ruled by them, and it was populated by Thumerians.
Oh.
Imagine that. It's an ancient race of people who understood the truth.
So that's why the Great One is buried underneath it, I guess.
Well, maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
That's actually a good That's a good theory. As I was getting deeper into this lore, I was finding out that a lot of the lore are speculations. There's like three different timelines that could have happened.
Oh my God.
That sounds about right.
I didn't get into
From Software is not going to confirm anything.
Deep, trying to keep all these eyes in my head instead of going crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
All these shoes in my
shoes. Yeah, that Sum 41 video. That Sum 41 video is like just him diving off into like a pool over and over again. Like instead of going under, I picture that except just like a pool of blood with like octopus monsters. Instead of going crazy.
What does Slayer from Sum 41 look like? He's like, ugly as fuck. Eh?
He's like
he's got frosted tips.
White guy with frosted tips and like spiky headed.
Hey, where's it? A choker.
That is too bad.
Well, I mean, this is what he looked like in 2004. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I haven't heard or seen him like in
14 years.
In 14 years.
They tried to get like more punk by the end. I think they had like Deadbeat Hero or something as a.
Okay.
I forget. Afterwards, they got less pop and more punk, but they weren't as well received. And then
people
who were still listening to them were still more into the pop than the punk anyway.
Yeah.
So
anytime, and anybody who listens to punk wasn't about to go listen to Sum 41.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I respect what they did as artists because they were like, fuck pop.
Yeah.
So like if we were gonna listen to the Thumerians, or if we were gonna listen to old Sum 41, it'd be the Thumerians, and new Sum 41 would be the
Yarnamites.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty.
That's why they went crazy. They listened.
Yeah.
They're pretty underground, but they're still like nobody likes them because they're trying to shove stuff down your throat instead of music. It's works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the hunters from outside of Yarnam are real punk fans. And
yeah,
exactly.
They come in and just kill.
Yeah.
Or they listen to new metal.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Queen Yarnam was a medium for the Great Ones. So, as cited by an item saying the choir discovered a medium, though she the only likely candidate, whatever that means, cryptic souls stuff.
Likely candidate for the truth.
Yeah.
She was a medium for the XL ones.
What's the XL one?
Extra large.
Oh. Extra large.
Oh.
Oh.
Throwing a lot of spaghetti at the wall today.
Yeah.
Just like options just everywhere.
Yeah. Eventually, the Thumerians retreated into a deep labyrinth, which
Under
is
Yarnam?
the dungeon system.
Oh, that's the.
In
it's the chalice
Bloodborne.
dungeons.
Exactly.
Okay.
Holy chalices being the only remnants of their ancient rituals to break the seals. So there are a bunch of headstones within the main hub or the Hunter's Refuge, the Hunter's Dream. In Bloodborne, so this is where you go back to level up your stuff, to stock up, to do whatever. Doll. Yeah, this is the doll to level up your stuff. There are a bunch of headstones moving up the stairs, and as you play through the game, you collect chalices, and you can use these chalices along with other materials, often like blood or thing like that, to open up the dungeons through these headstones. Throughout the game, you'll unlock deeper and deeper, more difficult dungeons.
Okay.
And there's unique bosses down there, unique loot, things like that.
Yeah, I know some of them. I know there's like the undead giant. There's the watchdog of the something. The flaming dog.
I fought
and
the
Cerberus. Yeah,
it's like Cerberus.
He's a lot like Cerberus.
Yeah.
Wait, does only one head?
Yeah.
He's not very much like.
I mean, it's like a fiery underworld dog. That's close.
The tough part about these things is you can't really stock up on potions. You can't stock up on blood vials or whatever, or anything you need before going down there. So you have to stock up a lot and really forage while you're down there and only heal sparingly.
You just gotta get good, man.
You gotta get good, exactly. There's a lot. It usually consists of looking for a lever to open a door somewhere else in the dungeon, backtracking, fighting guys. There's like a lot of ogres and stuff down there that can really mess up your shit.
Yo, those dudes with the bricks are so easy to parry.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Like, I couldn't parry anything in the game, but the big dudes, the big ogre guys with the bricks, 100%. I don't think I ever fucking didn't.
Sometimes you just find your timing.
Yeah. They're pretty easy too. So the parry system, usually use your gun to shoot them at when they're at the apex of the game.
Yeah.
So whenever they pull the brick up over their head, right before they're about to pull it down to smash it, you shoot them. Usually they'll drop down to one knee. It'll make a fun little ting noise so you know you hit it.
It's like a headshot and like a
it's bullshit.
Shooter.
So people who watch the stream will remember this. I parried dudes a couple times during the stream, and also when I attacked them, passed through their bodies, so I did not get a parry, I did no damage, and then they just stood back up and hit me.
See,
buggy bullshit.
Yeah, it's not bullshit whenever you dodge through a boss to hit him. That's that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's I'm taking advantage of the game's mechanics. I mean, come
your
on.
invincibility frames are part of the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you dodge through,
Your invincibility frames are. Their iframes aren't.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
I can't kill them in one hit. So it is not fair.
Yeah. So
Peter, can you pass this all?
some chalices.
Fuck you.
Some chalices led to other lands, and chalices are magic things that can
They're
bring you to
cups.
different places. Yeah.
Chalices
They're
are cups.
For anybody who's wondering, a chalice cup with a stem.
There's a cup.
Yep.
Yeah.
Think Indiana Jones when you had to choose
That was
the
a
chalice.
grail.
Oh, that was a grail.
Grail and a chalice.
That was actually the holy grail.
Yeah, and it's not the one you'd think it is.
It was made of wood.
Yeah,
Clay.
it was the subtle one
It was a
because
clay cup.
Jesus is super subtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, yeah.
humble.
I love that. I love
Sit
that.
down. Be humble. That was Jesus. He said that.
Hustle
Jesus
hard.
Lamar.
Christ.
Yeah. Kendrick Christ. That's good.
Fucking, I love that scene. There, like a buddy of mine will always do that scene out of context for some reason, where like Sean Connery's lying on the floor, and then it cuts between him and Indiana Jones, and it's just like, oh, you got to spell the Lord's name or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, it's like Jehovah, and he's lying on there, he's like Jehovah, and then he cuts to Harrison Ford, he's like J, and like crashes through the floor.
And your friend acts this out himself.
Constantly.
Both both characters, like
Dude, yeah.
doing all the actions and everything.
Yeah, all the time. It's fucking ridiculous.
Just hanging out, like walking, go to the movies. He's just like doing this in the movie theater, like, hey Peter.
Jehovah starts with an I.
Jehovah starts with an I.
Jehovah starts with an I.
Yeah, Indy's afraid of snakes, and Sean Connery's afraid of rats? Or is it the opposite? Yeah, it's definitely.
Indy is definitely afraid of snakes.
Yeah.
Indy's
I
afraid
heard
of
Because at the beginning of the movie, he falls in a train car full of snakes.
And he always says, I hate snakes.
Well,
Yeah,
I
well,
hate snakes.
There's a snake in the.
That was my Harrison Ford.
There's a snake in the plane
Yeah.
in the first film.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Yep. Who did it first? Not Sam L.J.
Sam L.
Hell no.
It was Indiana Jones.
He is
the
sick of
first
these
snakes on a
fucking monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane.
plane. Yeah.
Then we gotta open some freaking windows.
Yeah.
Yep.
TV edits, man.
Yeah, I know.
Do you miss those?
No.
Never mind. Yes, and guys.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Bloodborne pen. Fine.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, so Garaman, he was the first hunter. He's the guy that you encounter in the Hunter's Dream
Yep.
or the hub area. He is in a wheelchair.
Why is he in a wheelchair?
That's a good question. And you would have to know the entire history of Garaman, which we don't. We know what we do know is
We'll
that
put him in a chair.
what put him in a chair. We're not sure, but he was the first to rise to tackle the beast problem.
It was a skateboarding act.
Now, rise, is that like symbolically, or was he actually a standing person at that time?
He must have been a standing person because he was known to be the first fighter and a really great fighter. So he also, like, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself
Yeah.
now to explain this.
We're
but,
spaghettiing here.
Yeah, I know. He was the closest one to actually fighting the moon, or like the great one that is
Moon
the
Santa,
moon.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Moon Santa.
Moon
Yes,
Santa.
exactly.
It's mentioned that he was the closest to beating it, which
Okay.
probably means that's where he messed up.
Okay, yeah.
We could guess
It's his
that.
last shot.
We could guess that.
We can
he was
use
back-
context clues there.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Lord Boy's canon.
But then he jumped in the way of a bullet that Moon Santa shot at him, and he was just like, "No, get down, Mr. President!"
Yeah.
And he got shot in the back.
Yeah.
And,
I don't think
and
it's
now he's in
su-
a wheelchair.
Yeah, I don't think it's super important why he's in a wheelchair,
Yeah.
but it more shows that he used to be a great fighter and he's past his prime.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It was literally, he was going to fight the moon, and he's like on top of a cliff with like a homemade like a hang
homemade
glider,
rocket?
like a hang glider, and he just like runs off the cliff, and like the wings fold up, and he just plummets.
Just immediately.
Yeah.
That's my trick hand glider. It's also a cane.
Yeah. Everyone else is like, he came so close.
It's immediately just like,
Yeah.
oh, like a Looney Tunes.
Yeah,
cartoon.
exactly.
That's
It was a
amazing.
real Wile E. Coyote moment.
Yeah. There's like trick weapons within the game. I guess we didn't really elaborate on this. Gearman was the first one to use these trick weapons, but there is, my favorite is the saw cleaver, which it looks
It's
like
a regular one.
Yeah, it's still trick. It's the one that you see on most of the things. Yeah,
No,
regular
I,
one.
I guess what I said was completely stupid. It's one of the starting weapons.
It's one of the starting
Yeah.
weapons.
Yes.
Most people will use one of the starting weapons for the whole playthrough because they're really good. There's
Yeah.
the threaded cane, which is a cane that also kind of has like a chain in it. And you like pull it out.
It's
and
like the
whip
Ivy
it.
weapon.
Okay.
She's got a sword that's also a whip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's a cane that's sharp with that also has a whip inside it. There's a saw cleaver which looks like something you could fold in half, and there's a saw on the outside and then a handle on the other that you can like cut people close range, but it also extends, so
It's like a stapler. You can
unfolds.
flip the stapler open.
Yeah, like exactly. So you can hit the people long range.
Yeah,
with your long range
exactly. You
stapler.
get an extra 4 inches on your stapler to hit your enemies with.
So it makes a
Other
long
hand
reach.
got a staple gun to parry guys. Bloodborne, he's like making photocopies.
Yeah. Just
The
hallucinating
nightmare?
on this
He
whole
just
time.
woke up at like a Staples
At
to
a
be
ho-
long grow,
Yeah,
and like
that's
there's
it.
people walking and like trying to just buy some shit.
Yeah, that's it. Just running around the bureau girl like, ah!
Yeah.
Shoots, like, it hits the guy in the chest, he takes a knee, he's like, oh,
Yeah,
damn it.
that's it.
Critical attack.
Right, only right as the guy lifts the stack of like a package
Like
of paper.
200 papers.
Yeah, he's got like a
Yeah.
box of paper. He like lifts it, like, oh god, and goes
Yeah.
down on one knee.
Is Bloodborne guy an employee at Staples? Is that what's going on here?
I
Is
think
he just
so.
a crazy person?
Yeah, he's an employee.
No, he's an
that-
outsider.
Oh, right. Yeah, he works at a different office supply store.
That's it.
Yeah.
No, he just works at the bulk bar next door.
Yeah. Got a paper cut and was infected with lycanthropy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure because there's been a lot of kind of crazy shit that we've been talking about. I will definitely incorporate a Bloodborne hunter at some point with a staple gun and a trick stapler into
Yeah.
this week's artwork.
Yeah, there we go.
So Gearman, he's in a wheelchair. We know that it's probably because of his past career.
He fell off the ladder at
Yeah.
Staples.
Yeah.
Broke his back on some PC speakers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He redesigned the common clothing to provide better defense against the beast claws. This is way back,
Ooh,
way before
and
he
it's so
showed up.
breathable.
Yeah. This is
Antimicrobial.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just to give context to everyone at home for the actual lore, this is from way before you even get there.
Yeah.
Gearman was like when the beast first started showing up. He was the first one to take action.
He's a busy bitch.
Yeah, he's like he's a fashion designer.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's kind of like a Mongolian falconer, right? Where he's just
Wait,
like,
what?
God, the animal's claws just sink so deep into my skin. If only I had thicker gloves.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what you're saying is Gehrman invented thicker gloves.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. That is it. Yeah. It's like all the clothes, but
Everybody was just
yeah.
running around naked, getting
Yeah.
shredded by beasts.
Yeah, that's it.
If only there was a simpler way.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I want to pick up my gecko, but he keeps scritching me.
If only.
If only there was a better way. Just standing there like bloody hands, a lizard, just like licking
Yeah.
it up. Like, ugh.
Yeah, he created the first trick weapon, which is known as the burial blade.
Because you
It's
bury
a unique
it into
weapon.
beasts.
Exactly. Yeah, it's capable of transforming during battle to cater to Gehrman's need for a long or short range weapon,
Like
the
my
other
Friday
ones.
night. Which
Yeah.
was yesterday.
One of my favorite weapons in the game is called the Kirk Hammer.
Yes,
And
that is my favorite.
Yeah.
At present, yeah.
It's a very giant hammer that it's probably just as tall as you. You carry it over your shoulder, and you have like these big swinging attacks with this big thick hammer. And also, you can leave the hammer on your back and just from the hilt pull out a sword that fits into the hammer.
It's
Okay.
so fucking cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've used it before, Ethan. I remember you liking it when you played Bloodborne at my place like a year and a half
Very
ago.
possible.
The
Yeah.
fucking
I always
combo-
like big slow swings.
Yeah.
Whenever I
the
play.
combos for that weapon that incorporate the actual transformation, like, actually aroused me sexually because it's so fucking cool.
Just
you,
like last night?
Where you, like, swing a sword, but then your other hand, like, grabs the hammerhead, swings it out, hits the guy again, then you, like, lock the fucking sword into the hammerhead and
Yeah.
like, slam it down.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I love the Kirk
It's a
hammer.
really nice weapon.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a really nice weapon, and that's not a starting weapon. That's something that you have to buy.
You need to get a badge.
Yeah, you get a badge, and then you buy it for like 10,000 blood echoes.
Blood echoes,
Yeah.
where it's like, yeah, I don't have any money, but I got big junk. I got all this blood here,
Yeah.
and then the
I
guy's
have
just
this-
like, and he's just like, good enough,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
gives you a hammer.
Yeah.
I have this Staples employee name tag.
Like, what the fuck?
Give me your. Then it's just a box of paper, and he's
I
just
would
swinging
love
it at people.
On a broomstick.
Yeah, exactly.
Gehrman also basically made the martial art of fighting beasts. Like, if you watched his form, you'd have to like learn how to fight like him to do well against beasts. He was just the first one to fight against beasts effectively.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's so light on his toes.
Yeah. Yeah, he's quite the beast back in his day, but
He's
not
like
that
a river.
way.
He's a
Yeah,
river.
not
dancer.
that way. The good way, beast.
Yeah.
He was a river dancer,
Yeah.
and it really helped him. Now he's in a wheelchair. Sorry, Garrett. Never dance again.
Yeah. It
Can I
does
fight beasts?
But can I fight beasts?
he hangs out in like a lodge with some creepy doll for the rest of his life. After fighting beasts.
Yeah, which might exist only in your imagination
Yeah.
or something. I don't fucking know.
I remember the good days.
So
Back when I would dance and fight beasts long hours into the night, now it's just me and my doll.
Uphill both ways.
yeah, it's no confirmation of why Gehrman started fighting the beast, but it's implied that someone hired him. Who do you think it would be? If you had to
It's
guess?
probably are the hunters used to work for the Healing Church, right?
That's right.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's probably the Healing Church who employed him. But it's not clear. I'm not sure what you would even pay someone. Do you pay someone in blood?
Yeah,
Seems like it.
blood,
Yeah.
which turns people into beasts. Like,
Yeah, but not all blood is bad blood, right?
No.
Like this was.
but that was their thing, right? They're the ones that did this.
Yeah.
They were trying to get him to clean up their mess, I guess.
Yeah.
Thanks for killing all those werewolves. I guess you can just keep their blood as payment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
Yeah. You just keep
Pretty
what you
much.
find, dude.
Mind if I make an imaginary workshop and like have a creepy doll with me the whole
Yeah.
time? They're like, fine.
No, that's cool.
whatever.
There's a build within.
Watch that moon.
Your money.
There's a build within Bloodborne where you can become a beast as well, and
Really?
yeah, yeah.
Cool.
So you can completely adopt the beasthood part of yourself and go crazy and kill people as a beast. I haven't tried that playstyle, but I was looking up second playthroughs was a fun build.
Yeah.
People are saying build towards beast. The thing is, you have to fight like 3 or 4 bosses before you can actually get there. So you're going to be underpowered until you actually get to that point. But then it's
Yeah.
going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't like those kinds of builds
Me neither.
personally. That's why I pyromancy in Dark Souls 3 is so garbage because like all the good pyromancy like halfway through the game, so you are just
Yeah.
a giant piece. Of
Yeah.
If you want to build something other than a weapon like arcane, the first decent arcane weapon is probably like 5 hours into the game of Bloodborne as well. So it's
Yeah.
I mean, it was broken in the first Soul.
Magic
Yeah.
completely broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the AI was too stupid to
Yeah.
compensate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's probably hired by the church to work in the workshop due to his role as an inventor, and he's placed directly beneath the Healing's Church Odeon Chapel, which is a great one.
Yeah.
Gehrman worked in the workshop presumably until his death. So they're saying he's dead, but he's also in the Hunter's Dream, like in the chair. So I don't know if he died. And
But the
came
Hunter's
back.
Dream is where you go when you die anyway. So
Yeah.
In game.
I've been joking about it, but I'm pretty sure that
But
the
he's-
Hunter's Dream is not physically real.
I don't think so either, but I can't find a clear answer one way or another.
I
Which
love
is-
that he has a magic doll which can bring you back to life, but he just doesn't use it.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good out here.
I mean, he's at the top of a flight of stairs in a wheelchair, so he just can't get to her.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Like his nurse came by when they installed the wheelchair. They were just like,
Yeah.
okay, anything else you need? He's like, no, thank you, nurse. You can go. She's like, okay, and then leaves the dream. He's like, man, I should really level up. And they look down the flight of stairs. He's like, son of a bitch!
Yeah.
All these books to read, finally.
He gets goes out onto the walkway, but it's not paved. It's like stuck in the dirt. He's just like,
Yeah.
well,
The doll
this is my life
yeah,
now.
the doll is his teenage daughter, and she's like texting with like her earbuds in, listening to music. So he's fucking screaming for her, and she just can't hear him. Like,
Just listen to Sum 41.
yeah, exactly.
Bring it back.
Bringing it back. There's the full circle.
Yeah, so apparently the doll actually is mourning at one of his graves too, and so the doll might be alive in the real world and then only manifest within the Hunter's Dream because it's mourning at its grave. There's like a bunch of weird shit going on that I can answer
Okay.
to.
All
That's
things considered, a lot of Bloodborne.
Blur, blur.
Yeah.
A lot of Souls lore in general,
Yeah.
Soulsborne lore,
Yeah.
is really interpretive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
it is.
Like my dance.
Like that he's doing right
Yep.
now.
Like that I'm
But they've
still
been
doing.
doing the whole time.
And
Yeah.
I'm still, I hope
Yeah.
you guys have been
Never
enjoying
stopped.
it.
Yeah.
I hope all the
Yeah.
listeners at home have been enjoying this interpretive dance.
So I've hit all the major points that I wanted to talk about for the game. So we know that Yharnam used to be a normal place. Blood messed it up, as Peter and I both knew.
Well, Yharnam, before it was Yharnam, was the Thumerian place. Was that a normal place? Would you call that normal?
Well,
They
it's not
worship
really.
alien gods.
That is like so long ago and not elaborated upon.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Okay.
By the
just
time
implied.
we meet a Thumerian, they're batshitty and they want to kill you.
Who the fuck is? You do see Queen Yharnam?
You can fight her as well. I think it's an optional quest because I did not fight her. But you may actually fight her.
Like
Gotta
most
be
Souls-
honest, I played this game a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Come at me and tell me I'm wrong. I'm so okay with that. But you do run into Thumerians with me. If that's the
Yeah.
question.
Yeah. And like I know in the college, and there's a bunch of other factions.
Mhm.
I love Bloodborne.
Yeah.
And like I think this is a really good introduction. But
Yeah.
I would love it if you kept doing like maybe another episode or two about this.
Yeah.
Where we get into like the different factions.
Yeah, for sure. I like Bloodborne. I don't like Bloodborne lore, to be honest.
Really?
I was happy to learn about it.
Yeah.
It makes me want to play it again. but everything is
Those
just
fight
so
words.
like left up to my imagination that I don't want to have to write the lore for your game. Like, I'll look it up. I'll get a little bit of context. I only looked up the stuff that we know for sure. Like we know that Dumerians were there. We know that the Great Ones were there. But all the speculation stuff I left out because cool. Like if I want to read up on that,
Just Lord
but I'm
knows
not
canon.
exactly. I'm not super comfortable presenting that as my idea when it's just not even in the game or whatever. But it's cool. Really good game. I gotta say the lore is a little bit lackluster, but the game.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good description of any of the subs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of it left up to just, it's like, and what do you think, listener?
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyone who's playing on
It's like a
PlayStation-
Mad Libs. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
Noun.
Yeah, that's it.
Created the hunter's dream.
Yeah,
Adjective.
The adjective ones were,
Yeah, collected
were
the
worshipped by
child.
the proper noun. Like,
Yeah, collected the chalice of adjective in order to fight the adjective noun.
Yeah, exactly.
How
Yeah.
the fuck would somebody doing a Mad Lib be just like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the Thumerian.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
it.
the
Proper
one that
noun.
they choose.
Thumerian.
Yeah, Thumerians. You'll get it.
Yeah. German verbed the insert Earth satellite monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, like-
Earth
Santa
satellite.
Claus.
Yeah.
Ooh, so much fan art.
Yeah. But the game is really good for anyone who's playing on PlayStation 4 and has a PS Plus membership and is listening to this when it comes out.
Fucking
You
grass.
own Bloodborne.
Yeah.
You own Bloodborne.
Yeah.
So pick it up. Don't
you?
get discouraged. I did re-download it. I have it on my PlayStation.
You already
now.
owned it, but
I did already own it, but my physical copy is with Bobby Ferry, the guy who keeps macaroni in his pockets.
macaroni pockets, Bob.
Bringing it back.
Yeah,
Bring it back.
exactly.
I know you're listening, Robert.
Yeah. Also free is Ratchet and Clank, which I've played
Which one?
through New Game Plus. The only one that has come to PS4. So it is called
Advanced-
Ratchet and Clank.
Advanced
And it-
Warfare.
No, it doesn't have.
Yeah. Oh
a-
yeah.
It doesn't have like
That's
an
a
extra
pseudo
title.
reboot.
Pseudo reboot. I guess yeah, you could say it's that. It was basically they had a movie coming out too, so it kind of plays into the movie and stuff. It's just a good Ratchet and Clank game. Walk around, shoot things. It's a
games
fun
are so
little
fun.
story.
Listen to Clank Crack Wise. And...
Yeah, it's a good game.
But Ratchet, why would we do this?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Really good game.
I mean, they're
Um,
no Jack and Daxter, but
yeah.
I've never played those games.
Anyone who's playing Bloodborne and wants to have a fun time for their first playthrough, stick with the saw cleaver. Go for strength and endurance. Build up a little, like, I think health is strength. If it's not, oh no, vitality.
Vitality.
Go vitality and strength for the first little while. Get yourself your endurance up so you can get 4 hits off in a row without stopping, and you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Co-op with Jamie. He is set aside. He's not going to go to work anymore.
No.
He's set aside
Yep.
an entire 3 weeks
We've-
to
we've-
play online co-op with every single one of you.
Yep.
Actually.
We've put him into an isolation chamber. And
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all he's doing now.
That is a janky system for playing P though, or not PvP for playing with your friends.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah,
bells.
you have to ring a bell, and then you have to set a passcode if you want to meet up with the right people. And if you don't set a right passcode, or you don't,
Again, that's all the Soulsborne game, though.
No, Dark Souls 3 is fucking excellent.
I never
multiplayer.
played online.
Set a password.
Okay.
Make sure your buddy types in his password as well, and then just throw down your sign next to a landmark and just be like, "Yo, summon me here."
Yeah.
Yeah, like back
Okay.
when I was streaming on my old channel, I streamed with my dad and Jesse, who I used to live
yeah.
with, and like fucking we just played through all of the DLC for Dark Souls 3.
Nice.
Yep. The DLC for Bloodborne is supposed to be very good.
Old Hunter is
I haven't played it. It's supposed to be good. If you get the game for free anyways and you like it, pick up the DLC.
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
like to at some
Yeah,
point.
support the developers.
Yep. Really great.
Maybe they'll
Bloodborne
make another game
2.
someday.
Bloodborne 2, has it been announced? There's been teasers for
no.
it.
There's a teaser for something called Shadows Die Twice from Software. At present, we have no idea what it's. Probably a working title.
Yeah.
Because the
I don't
working,
like
the
that
working title for Bloodborne was Project, which could
Oh.
either be Fire Ass Album
Yeah.
or
Project Beast from Jesus.
from
Jesus Lamar.
Yeah, exactly. Sit down.
That'd be the title.
It might
Be
be.
humble. Eat your small mammals.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Woodland creatures all around.
Yeah, only fish after Lent.
Drink Monster Blood.
That kind of sounds like Mazel Tov. Monster blood.
Monster blood. Yeah. He turned wine into alien blood.
Yeah.
He turned water into wine, then wine into alien blood.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't make me do another Jesus art. I already had Jesus as an alien.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's pretty much it for a very small look into the Bloodborne universe. If you'd like to elaborate more, send us a message or something. Let's talk about it. Let's start a discussion thread on Facebook. Let's start a tweet war about Bloodborne. I don't know what you want to
Wipe
do.
the frost off the windows, peek in on Bloodborne just
Yeah.
now with this one. Good primer if we ever go into it again.
Yeah, no, definitely we can choose. There's still like factions that I didn't touch on. There's a whole thing about umbilical cords.
Yeah, Thumerians were fucking aliens, weren't they? That's why Murgo's wet nurse, Murgo, as far as I know, is like an alien hybrid baby.
So Thumerians are people who got so close to the truth it changed them forever.
Okay.
That's my understanding of it. But if I'm wrong, let me know. And you can let me know if I'm wrong.
More like
at
Truth Mary.
James the Miller on Facebook. Ethan's got all the Thumerian jokes. You got
I got all the dumb jokes today.
Sorry, we've had a couple of good dad casts.
Yeah, definitely. A couple before we even press record.
Yeah.
I tripped over my wire for my mouse. And now that I say it out loud, it's not as funny. But I tripped
without
on
missing a beat. He's like, "Oh, mousetrap."
Yeah, it fell over. Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm glad you told me that.
Yeah.
Very enjoyable.
Yeah. So if you want more great jokes, you can find me at James the Miller on Facebook, JaymillLK64 on PSN. A couple people of you have added me. Padawan, Wanger, Jeremy, yeah. Oh, that's Jeremy Hunter.
Yeah.
He's got a podcast now. It's called Bad Dudes. I listened to the episode.
We followed them on that.
Yeah, you guys got to introduce yourself at the beginning, though, because I can't tell you.
That's fair. I felt the same way about our first recording. No one knew who we were.
Yeah.
Like when we were huddled around your desk.
Yeah.
Two mics between the three of us.
You guys are talking about re-releasing that one like now.
It's rough.
The sound quality's
It's rough,
bad.
yeah.
We're not as polished as we are now.
Yeah.
Our perfectly polished product now.
Yeah, exactly. we're flawless, baby.
Yeah.
We're very talented.
We can't.
Yeah.
We have to re-release to show people we are human.
Oh yeah.
We're not specifically designed robots built for podcasting.
Yeah. No. As
Many people have forgotten that.
Ethan speaks into his nicer mic, but still in a binder full of foam that he bought.
that I glued with Elmer's glue. I arts and craft the shit out of this.
We're professional. Peter's got like an egg beater as the mic set.
Talk shit about my egg beater.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
It's just his mic's name.
Yeah. So that's where you can find me. Where can I find you?
On Twitter, I'm at Pete O'Donoghue. I do the artwork on the Lore Boys podcast on Instagram. So here's a final thing. Last time I'm going to talk about this. My move is finished. Thank you very much to the Lore Boys. I mean, we recorded an episode after we moved there. No more delays. That's it. Everything. I had a bunch of family fucking crises. I had to move, and then all this other shit. It's all done. It's all over. It's all finished.
Peter's blood has been transfused.
I am filled with alien blood.
He has slayed his Thumerian sister.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gone. That's good.
Yeah.
And so, at Peter on Twitter, O'Manahue on DeviantArt if you want to download full-size 1080p versions of the art, Diamond. And what else? Lore Boys Podcast on Facebook. I post a lot. Ethan's been absolutely killing it on our Twitter recently. So, Ethan, if you wanted to find you...
You can hit me up on the Pendragon unofficial fan forum. I go by Silas Lanier.
Okay.
I mostly hang out in the roleplay section.
Sweet.
So y'all want to roleplay? Hit me up. We'll do some.
I'm
text-based
not sure if
roleplay.
you're serious
He'll
because
be-
he used to do that as a young kid.
That was my login to the Pendragon unofficial fan forum when I was 12 years old.
I was just about to say, that entire sentence to me might as well have been in a foreign language. Because it was entirely me.
Yeah, it's a place I used to hang out in roleplay. It's where I got bit by the lore bug.
Oh, yeah.
And for anybody interested in supporting the Lore Boys, for everybody who signs up for Lore Boys Premium this week or Lore Boys Prime, I can never remember which one it is.
It's both.
We are giving out vouchers for our car wash, which we've been doing for the past couple weeks. It's been very cold because we do go out in bikinis and it is outside.
Yep.
Our water usually freezes over.
We got that nor'easter, though. That was the main big hit.
Yeah, so we're using the money from the car wash to raise enough money to buy these guys some new mics.
Yep.
All the money from the Lore Boys Prime will go to buying us some space heaters to keep us warm while we're doing the car wash.
Yeah.
So we don't die of hypothermia.
I find that if you drink a little beast blood before getting going, you're
It
warm.
really
very
helps.
warm.
I mean, I've already lost 3 toes to frostbite.
Yeah. Well, we have been using those jars of fire, just to keep
Yeah.
ourselves warm.
Arguably, I
yeah.
could have worn flip-flops, but I've come out barefoot. I'm in high heels.
Yeah. Yeah, high heels. Yeah.
Size 10
We're
and a
all
half high heels.
all knee highs. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess that is
Constitutes.
A Lord Boys.
out.
Out.
Speaking of which, oddly enough, this triggered a thing in my head. A buddy of mine was talking. He was like at a bar, and like some girl there was like chatting with him, and then she was like, "Oh, do you want to kiss or whatever?" And he got really nervous. He was just like, "Yeah," and I didn't really know how to react. And he's just like, spaghetti fell out of my pockets, which is like apparently a thing when you're just like bumbling.
Oh,
Spaghetti fell out
Well,
of my
yeah,
pocket.
Which is like exactly. It's just like when you're kind of like a bumbling idiot. It's
Ah.
just like, oh, spaghetti falls out of your pockets.
Well, I know, like, I've never heard specifically out of your pockets, but I've heard I spaghettied, which is like,
Yeah, I heard that from
I bumbled and I fucked up.
Okay.
I heard
yeah.
that from Carl Sagan, who does Mario Maker well. It's like,
yeah.
oh, this is full of spaghetti. Whenever
It's
he's
from the
playing
Eminem
poorly.
video, Mom Spaghetti. When
Probably,
that
yeah.
became a meme,
Ah.
kind of spaghettiing everywhere.
Every time I hear the word spaghetti, I always think about you in the Super Mario episode where you're like, I hope she made a lot of spaghetti.
Yeah,
Oh, it's true. This is so long ago now. Our friend Bobby Ferry, all three of our friends, have actually gone to the bar with pockets full of spaghetti and offered it to people. And that's where I thought you were going. With
Yeah. Like, well, it was macaroni, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
An actual pocket full of cooked macaroni in his
I
pocket.
didn't know that about Bobby.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I would love for people to at some point do like a like how did they get here, like a through line of our thought process where it's just
Yeah.
like, oh, we're gonna talk about Bloodborne, which is like a gothic game about alien werewolves, and now we're just constantly talking about
It's
office
staples.
supplies.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Incidences of Bloodborne discussion versus office mentions of office.
Yeah,
supplies.
exactly.
Yeah.
This is
It's like
good.
a nice little graph.
Yeah, exactly.